What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast. How you doing today? I just wanted to give you a quick shout out blast here. I've made a couple of late moves before the UFC event, and I wanted to kind of talk them through and explain myself because a couple of them are things I've commented on before, and I said, I think I'm going to pass. Well, I'm kind of itchy trigger finger, let's just put it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and take my shot. We have talked about it on more than one occasion that not pulling the trigger in these situations and then having what would have been a winning bet hurts way more than actually taking the shot and losing. I see a couple spots I like. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm not going to sit on the sidelines tonight and watch that money sail on down the river. The last couple weeks, there have been some incredible spots that we could have made some money on, and I just didn't feel convicted enough to pull the trigger. I am going to go ahead, learn from my own lessons, practice what I preach. I'm going to sack up and put my money where my mouth is. We're taking the shots. Also, everyone, just so you know, don't worry. The hair is going to be gone by the live stream tonight. Your boy's quarantine look here is getting to me. Don't worry, we're cleaning it up. I'll look a whole lot better by fight time, I promise. So the first thing that we did, I'm going to go ahead and add two unders here. Remember, we talked about being in the UFC Apex. We're in the smaller cage again. So what that means is there's going to be a whole lot more action. These guys are forced to get in there and scrap with each other. And what I did is I put these on both of the new short notice replacements. We've got Emmers taking on Cachero, and we've got Munoz taking on Manis. The reason for this is I think that short notice replacement actually aids the unders. I think that these guys coming in on 1 day's notice, not a full training camp, unprepared, you don't know how much gas they've got left in the tank, they might need to get an early finish if they think that they can get a win. And if they don't get that, maybe they get finished late or in the second round when they're a little more tired. They don't have as much gas. They're not as prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot on both of them. The idea here, hopefully we get 2-0, obviously, but if we go 1-1, the shot pays for itself, right? If you win one, you lose on the other. It's a push, no harm, no foul. So that's why we're playing both instead of just one of them. For the Emmers Cachero, we've got minus 106, so we've got to lay just a little bit of wood there. And then the Munoz Manis under 2.5, we've got plus 125. So that's nice. We're getting a nice dog line on that second one. So if we lose the first one and we win the second one, hey, we don't just push, we win a little bit of cash. So I like that for sure. It's nice to know both of these short notice replacements are lower weight class guys stepping up a division. So I think that that helps as far as the mismatches go, and as far as especially the Emmers Cachero one. Emmers is huge. Emmers is massive. So I think Emmers can finish this kid. And then Munoz Manis, this is a striker versus grappler situation. Munoz is a high-level skilled grappler, and we know Manis was preparing for Ray Borg, so he may be ready to defend that. And if Munoz isn't on point, if he's not ready to go, then he's facing a very high-caliber striker that's very well prepared for what he's going to bring to the table. Now, if Munoz can get Manis to the mat, well, like I said, he's a slick submission fighter, so he's going to have the opportunity for the submission. So I think one of these guys gets finished. It's just a matter of who implements their game plan and who does it first, which is why I love playing the under here at a plus price, because I think one of them's getting put away. Doesn't matter which one to me. So we did go ahead and make a late addition on the post-weigh-in video. I took the shot on Frankie Saenz. Now, this is a plus 205 underdog. This is an aging UFC veteran. He's fighting a young up-and-comer who's got a ton of talent and a ton of potential. So I know this is not a popular play, and honestly, I'm a little nervous about it myself. I'm not super comfortable, but I feel like I have to trust my gut. I have to trust my reads. I have to take my shot. We're in the small cage. We're in the Apex. Saenz is a high-level grappler, and there is not as much of a size difference as I expected. I talked about that on the post-weigh-in video. I fully expected Saenz to be highly undersized here, and he just wasn't. So the fact that he's going to be physically comparable to his opponent, and his opponent potentially is coming in with some issues due to that weight cut, I think Saenz can big brother him here. I think he might be able to pull the old savvy veteran move and just grind this kid out for 15 minutes. And at plus 205, if his opponent is at all compromised, I think we've got a half-decent shot for that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. I know that one may not look pretty. I know it may be ugly, but hey, it's what I do, right? So we've got Bobby King Green is my next addition. I talked about this one on the post-weigh-in show as well, and I said I was going to take that shot. I said I was going to pull the trigger. I've been looking for a reason to bet Bobby Green basically all week. I said it in the first podcast all the way back on Monday that I felt like he was the side, and if he got up to plus 150, I would have to take the shot. Well, after seeing what I saw at the weigh-ins, I got to take the shot regardless. we're getting plus 130 right now. I know some people out there can get plus 140, plus 145. I'm very envious of you. That's the number that I was trying to hold out for. That's the number that I would like to get, but it just doesn't look like my line's going to move. So I got to take it at plus 130. I think this is a coin flip fight. I think it's a 50-50, but I also think that Venata has a tendency to slow down after the first round. We've seen it time and time again. Green does not. And we also saw that in the first fight, Green was figuring out Venata and having success later in the fight. In an interview with Bobby Green, we also know that he was getting used to a new coaching system. He didn't prep for Venata whatsoever. He was coming in on short notice. So I think all of those factors being figured out, I think Green is the better fighter. I think he's in the better place. And I especially think he's going to be stronger in rounds 2 and 3. And on top of that, he's coming in heat. He's coming in hot, folks. We watched that weigh-in video. He's getting all up in Venata's face. He was intense. He didn't want to break eye contact. He's taking this one personally. He wants to win this rematch. So I'm going to go ahead and buy in here on Bobby Green, and I'm getting a little crazy. What I'm going to do here is sprinkle rounds 2 and rounds 3 for Bobby Green, a quarter unit each. So take a half unit, split it up into 2, bet Bobby Green wins in round 2, that's plus 1,100. Bet Bobby Green wins in round 3, that's plus 1,700. And we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle and say that not only does Bobby Green win this fight, but he finishes. I'm going to say he gets a late finish. Again, we're in the short cage. When Venata slows down, when Venata gets tired, he's going to have nowhere to run. He's the guy that will turn tail and literally sprint away from his opponent to get that space back. He's not going to have that space in this particular cage. So I think Bobby's probably going to stalk him down, and I think he might actually get a late TKO victory. Now we've got back to our regular card. I'm just going to go ahead and recap it anyway. Those are all the additions. We've got Randy Ruboy Brown at plus 160. I'm looking forward to that one. That's another very dangerous shot that I'm taking there. And then our parlay at plus 138 with Gerald Meerschaert taking on Jojo Calderwood. I'm sorry. Those are the two pieces of our parlay. They're not fighting each other. So Gerald GM3 Meerschaert and Jojo Calderwood. Those are the two pieces we went ahead and parlayed together for plus 138. Obviously, both those lines have gotten significantly better. You could probably play them each individually instead of parlaying them at this point if you wanted to. I'm a little nervous on Gerald Meerschaert. I seem to be the only guy in the world who is betting on this guy, and normally speaking, I don't care about that. I have no problem standing on a hill by myself and trusting my gut, going with my reads. But in this case, a lot of people that I respect are talking about him getting knocked out here in this short notice fill-in. So I'm a little nervous about that one. But hey, we made the bet for a reason, right? I trust my gut. I'm going to trust my read. I'm going to go with it. Same thing on Calderwood. Everyone seems to be taking the shot on Maya. Everyone's talking about how women's MMA in the last couple weeks. Just everybody seems to be crapping the bet. All these big favorites that should just run away with it are losing. So maybe that's kind of what's going on. Maybe this is a recency bias, results-oriented type of thing. So again, just have to trust my gut. And that play is already locked in. Since it's a parlay, there's nothing I can do. It's not like I can hedge out of it and bet both the other sides or something like that. It doesn't make sense. So hey, we just got to ride that one out. And then my play of the evening, Kevin Holland taking on Edmund Shabazian. Parlay is minus 105. We got 3.15 units to win 3 on that one. So nice thing is if we have a little bit of a bumpy event, that one can always bail us out in the end with a big 3-unit cash there on the end. That's my play of the day. That's my play of the week. That's my play of the month. I love this parlay. Holland and Shabazian parlayed together. The other thing you could do, you can get Kevin Holland inside the distance, and I think it's about plus 140, plus 150, something like that. I love that too. If you don't feel like parlaying, which in this case, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't feel like parlaying and you want to do a straight bet, I actually really like Kevin Holland inside the distance, getting that plus line. He's the bigger guy in this spot. We know Trevin Giles gives up. Trevin Giles has had a tendency of being submitted, and Kevin Holland is a black belt himself. He's also mean, keeps the pace up constantly. If anybody's going to gas Trevin Giles and force him into making a mistake, it's a guy like Kevin Holland. So I love that spot. There we go, folks. That's the whole card. Good luck tonight, everybody. Make sure you tune in. Follow my boys over on Odds HQ. They're going to be live streaming as always. And tonight, I will be joining my boys at Pub Sports Radio for the main event. So I believe the main card is starting... 9 p.m. Eastern time, I think. And when that happens, I will be going live over at Pub Sports Radio on YouTube. So make sure you come hang out with us. As always, I'll be going nuts and you'll get my live reactions. So no clip reaction videos except for maybe on the preliminary card. If we hit a couple of these unders and signs cashes, I'll probably go a little nuts then. Everybody, load up on your fireball. Get ready for a fun night. Hockey's back. There's already been a brawl in that match. I'm loving it. Good luck on all your bets because we've got NHL, we've got NBA, we also have MLB. Sports are back, folks. Us degenerates are loving it. Let's go. Good luck on all your action today, everybody, and let's roll.